Breaking: Russia and Burkina Faso sign nuclear deal. Russia and Burkina Faso have formalized a deal to expand peaceful nuclear energy cooperation, including joint projects in radiation technologies and the training of specialists from Burkina Faso. The agreement was signed on Thursday by Alexei Lykochachev, CEO of Russia's state nuclear corporation Rosatom, and Burkina Faso's energy minister Yakuba Zabra Guba on the sidelines of the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum, SPAEF. The signing of this agreement marks an important milestone in strengthening the partnership between Russia and Burkina Faso, Lykochachev stated, according to Rosatom press release. We are ready to provide advanced technologies and expert support to implement joint projects aimed at sustainable development and enhancing the region's energy security, he added. Source: RT. Before our very eyes, Burkina Faso and pretty much the Sahel Alliance states are about to become peaceful nuclear powers and completely energy secure. So, soon they'll start exporting power to other West African nations, including Nigeria, your giant. Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Ghana and all these so-called big African countries should have been the ones leading the way if they were not diabolically bound by the chains of neocolonialism, from which they seek no freedom today. Talk about happy slaves. They created these Western-inspired and funded regional groups like AU, ECOWAS and Co. to ensure Africa remains permanently incapacitated, and never ever dares to think of developing substantial defensive, let alone offensive capabilities, like in the case of Iran. They know that when you have the big boy weapon, or anything close, you have a say on the world stage. That's why you can't make war decisions on a nation allied to Pakistan without consulting Pakistan or considering North Korea, etc. They've all got the big boy weapon, nuclear. But they got Africa to sign its destiny away and declare it'll never develop such weapons, so the colonials can continue to treat Africa and Africans like pieces of garbage, make decisions for Africans at global fora, descend on African nations at will to crush dissent, and pretty much keep them perpetually subservient to the West. That's the implications of that. Go read the Treaty of Pelindaba that declared Africa a nuclear weapon-free zone. Treaty prohibits acquisition, testing and stockpiling of nuclear weapons, leading South Africa to dismantle its own nuclear program. All 53 African nations signed up for this, under colonial pressure. In fact, they're even discouraged to float peaceful nuclear technologies to enhance and promote energy security, like the one Burkina Faso just signed with Russia. To the best of my knowledge, I think South Africa is the only country that still maintains peaceful nuclear technology in Black Africa. This is why it was necessary for the Sahel states to pull out of that colonial establishment called ECOWAS. If they were still there, you won't hear the kind of news you just read. ECOWAS is a community of secondary African slaves who descended from the primary slaves in AU. Africa must wake up now or never. Stay tuned and have a blessed weekend.